welcome to our class. Once you click on our page in Canvas, it'll bring you up to something that looks like this. Now here's a note disclaimer. Depending on what semester you're in, it might not match up with what it says on my screen, but it should look similar. The important part of this video is just to show you how to navigate. So you have a choice right off the bat. It says please use the Modules tab located in the navigation bar. You can either do that or you can use a hyperlink that is included on the front page. Either way, these modules will keep you on track for the entire semester. So just to let you know, for week 1, there's actually 2 modules, the course orientation module and then the module number 1, week 1 module. So let's start with the course orientation module. It has a lot of information on it. For instance, it has our syllabus. It also has, and if you scroll down here and next, it tells a little bit about myself, so you guys can read through that. And then it goes on to the academic support and student services. So there's a wealth of information in this getting started module that you can go back to at any point in time. So once the week is over and you're on week 2, you will still be able to access this getting started module. So if at any point you're like, I don't know how or why my stuff isn't working, you might want to look at the technical requirements and tech support resources. So getting back to the getting started course orientation, and by the way, what I did was I just clicked on the left bar here, I clicked on modules. I can read down through it, but I'm going to notice that there's some due dates that are kind of poked out here. I want you guys to do the Introducing You discussion post and also the syllabus and orientation quiz. Now that quiz is going to require you to get 80% or higher to be able to go on to the next modules. So it's very important that you do this quiz and do well on it. The other thing that I really want you to pay attention to in the first week is reading this testing either online or in person. So you have a choice. You can either test with me online, and if you choose that option, you will have to do it through Microsoft Teams and HonorLock, or you can test with me in person. So I'm giving you every single person in this class a choice. And the only 2 tests that this affects of being able to take either online or in person is the midterm test and the final exam. Test number 1 and test number 3 through Canvas are just warm-ups. They are non-proctored, so you won't have to come to campus or use HonorLock with those 2. However, the midterm and final will be proctored. So the midterm, make sure you read when the midterm is, and make sure you read when the final exam is. A note of warning, if you decide to take your tests online, which is fine, you have to go to a orientation session. That just allows me to walk with you through the whole process, so that way it's not brand spanking new when we go to take the midterm. So there are requirements. So if you take the test online, please read through the HonorLock minimum requirements and read through what HonorLock is, and also read through the Microsoft Teams information as well. There will be a list, and it's 1 through 13. Make sure you do everything on this list before, well actually most things on this list, before you attend the orientation session. There are 2 sessions that I'm offering. If you can't make the sessions, then you can meet me during office hours and I can talk to you that way. And like I said, if you decide that you don't want to take the test online, you don't like HonorLock or you don't like that whole system, you may come onto campus and the dates are still going to be the same, but it's going to be at a different time. And for this semester, I placed in where those tests will be. So please read through this. Once again, this is in the Getting Started module, testing either online or in person. Okay, you might have a question, well, what happens if I don't attend the orientation sessions? Well, then you can't take the test online because I want everybody to practice before we actually have to do that for real. Okay, by the way, orientation session will only be about half an hour long, if that. So it's not going to be very long. Also, because this is an online class, you're going to have to submit things online. So I want you to use the Adobe Scan app. It's free. And I have an extra credit assignment during the first week that you can take advantage of. Module 1 is where things actually get started and look like the rest of the semester. Make sure you read through the week 1 overview, objectives, and outcomes. This is going to give you the big picture of what's going on during the week and what we're learning. On the next page, we have purpose and weekly tasks to perform to complete Module 1. This is going to tell you exactly what you need to do to be successful. And by the way, on the next pages, it'll go through all of this information. Here's the next page, which is actually instructions on how to do these. So this looks very much like the previous page, but please read through them. Every single module has pages that look like this. The first 3 pages, please don't skip them, read through it. Like I said, it gives you the big picture of what's going on and tells you exactly what you need to do. On the next pages goes over information. The 2 things that you're going to need for this class is MyMathLab, access to the program. By the way, MyMathLab comes in 2 different time slots. The first time slot is an 18-week access code. So if you get the 18-week access code, then that gives you access just for the semester. If you are planning on taking pre-calculus next semester, then you may want to consider getting the 24-week access code, which lends to be a little bit cheaper than buying an access code every single month. Excuse me, not every single month, every single semester. Okay, so in addition to the MyMathLab access code, I am requiring everybody to have PDF notes. If you don't have a tablet or something that you can write on digitally, then you will need to purchase the MAC 1114 fill-in-the-blank notes. You can purchase them either in person for the Dale Mabry bookstore, or you can order them online and it'll be sent to you. A word of warning, the note pack is really cheap. In fact, I think it's less than $7. The problem is if you order them online, you're going to get charged shipping. So if you live close enough to the Dale Mabry bookstore, I would just go in. The other word of warning is if you go to another bookstore, like let's say South Shore campus, it's not going to have my lecture notes because I am on the Dale Mabry campus. Okay? The other word of warning, make sure those lecture notes have my name on it, Joanne Kakascik. If you're planning on using a digital copy, it's free. It's located on this page right at the bottom. Just download it and upload it into Notability or GoodNotes or whatever you're using to ink. Okay. Online testing orientation, there are 2. Make sure you look at the dates and times and see which one best fits your schedule if you plan on taking the test online. Alright, you're going to have lecture videos that you're going to have to watch. So on the next pages, you're going to see required activity watch, like for instance this one is 7.1. There are 2 lecture videos that you'll need to do. So you'll need to have your lecture notes out to section 7.1, and then you're going to fill in the lecture notes. And then you're going to upload your notes that you just filled in one PDF file. And please make sure you read all this because I'm picky on how these come in. When I grade this, I do not have the opportunity or the option of rotating the image. So that means you need to make sure you scan it upright and make sure that your pages are legible and they are in order. If they aren't, then you won't get credit for it, or you're going to have to do the process again. So please make sure you check things. And then, like I said, MyMathLab. You need MyMathLab. MyMathLab is where the quizzes are. MyMathLab is where the homework is. If you do not get MyMathLab, then you more than likely will have some issues passing the course because you're going to be missing a lot of points just on the quizzes alone. The course ID, which is not what you purchase. When you go to the bookstore, you purchase the MyMathLab access code. The course ID allows you to get into our personal class. The course ID is located on the syllabus. And then finally, it brought us to module number 2. So that's how this all is working. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview so that way it doesn't seem as overwhelming. But once again, if you go back to modules, you will see everything in the module. Please go through each and every page and make sure you step it through by hitting next. If you do things in order, you should not have any problems. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, jkakascik@hccfl.edu. Okay, that's it. So have a great day and welcome to our class.